Good morning and welcome to day 5 of our second annual WSOP Daily Spaces coverage. I'm Sherry Pluskota, aka Peaches, and my co host here is Donna Morton from the UK. And hopefully, Brian Pinkus will join us shortly. A couple of house cleaning items. Please be reminded that the past recordings of our spaces, the daily coverage, as well as the interviews that we've done, can be found on my YouTube channel at Sherry Pluskota 9212. Please check it out and please subscribe. Many thanks to Elevator Results, who has been our sponsor for about a year. If you need a tailor made workout plan to help you lose weight or gain weight, Elevator Results can design that plan. Follow them on Twitter and check out their site at elevatorresultspt.com. Good morning, Donna. How are you?
Hey, love. Yeah, I'm fine. Just give me a minute. I'm just going to fire up laptop for the South Point stuff.
Okay,
But
perfect.
yeah, I'm good. I really enjoyed last night. It was so much fun.
It really was fun. And Sean was such a good sport about it, wasn't he?
Mm. Yeah, I sent him a message saying, hope we didn't offend Shannon. And he went, oh my God, stop. He says she loves this kind of stuff. I went, okay, great. We'll carry on then.
Yeah. No, I knew she'd be a good sport about it, just from my dealings with her and him in the past. So I really enjoyed that tremendously. And when you started to read, I just could not stop laughing.
Yeah, I checked out all the other things and I'm thinking, nope, nope, nope. And when he come out with that, I thought, well, that's a sign.
It was so much fun just trying to mix it up and do something a little different. And we talked about it, and I said, we just need to make a play on that ho 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 thing and have some
Of
fun with
course.
it, and hit him out of the blue with it. So I think we did, and it was great fun.
Yes, exactly.
I loved it. I loved it. So I'm going to let you fire up your laptop, and I'm going to give some facts about our inductees into the Poker Hall of Fame.
Lovely.
1988. Here comes Brian. Let me try to get him up here. In 1988, Doyle Brunson, the godfather of poker, who he unfortunately lost last year, um, was inducted in 1988. I had the opportunity to attend his memorial service, which was held during the 2023 WSOP at the Horseshoe. And a fun, notable thing about that event, although it was not fun, the purpose why we were there was not a fun thing, but they really kept it classy. The tributes were amazing. But one thing that will continue to stick out in my mind as an attendee was when the guests entered the service, we were handed decks of cards, and the decks of cards were made up of all tens and deuces, commemorating the hand that Doyle made so famous, 10 deuce, known as the Doyle or the Brunson. What a great tribute to a great man. In 1988, another inductee was Jack Treetop Strauss. During the 1982 main event, Treetop was down to one chip early on in the tournament, giving the meaning to the poker phrase, a chip in a chair. In 1989, Fred Sarge Ferris was inducted. On April 22nd, 1983, Ferris gained notoriety as the IRS seized $46,000 from him during a high stakes game at the Horseshoe. And I remember bringing this up one time in a space, and nobody believed me. And at that time, I could not find the information. But the reason why I knew that fact was when I interviewed Robert Turner one time. He was telling us that story. And I really wish I could have provided that information in that space because I just think it's such a great story. In 1990, Benny Binion was inducted to the Hall of Fame. some fun facts about Benny. Allegedly, he was a career criminal who established illegal gambling operations in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. In 1931, he was convicted of shooting and killing a rum runner named Frank Bolding. In the 1940s, he relocated to Nevada, where gambling was legal, and opened the successful Binion's Horseshoe Casino in downtown Las Vegas. So I thought that was quite interesting. Now I'm going to take a chance to welcome Brian. Good morning and welcome to the space, bud.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm great. Oh my gosh, I got this new equipment, Sherry, that I wish I had all week. I filmed the last clip of the vlog with it because Abby went to pick it up as I was playing
And
on whatever day that
and
was.
yet we have terrible microphone. Did we not buy a new microphone?
No, I'm trying to move this stuff over right now and I'm on my phone. So let me just come back to you. Just
Okay,
a couple minutes.
terrific. Thank you. Appreciate you, Brian. I know it's a work in progress. Somehow it works perfect for some things and not for others. And we all get it. We all get it indeed.
Worries.
Um, I'm going to go over to my notes, uh, and I want to talk about what's happening at the WSOP today. I'm just going to go briefly through the day 5 bracelet event schedule. At 10 a.m. is the 1K No Limit Mystery Bounties. I'm sorry, Mystery Millions Flight C begins at 10 a.m. 12 p.m. is the 25K No Limit Heads Up Day 3. Another tournament kicking off at 12 p.m. is the 5K PLO Day 2. At 1 p.m., there's 2 tournaments kicking off, the $1,500 Dealer's Choice Day 3 tournament. And also at 1 p.m. is the $1,500 Limit Hold'em Day 2 event. At 2 p.m., the 10K Omaha High Low 8 or Better Day 1. And at 3:30 p.m. on WSOP.com is the $555 WSOP online kickoff. So those are the bracelet events for the day. The non-bracelet events for today are as follows. 12 p.m. is the $135 Mystery Millions landmark. 1 p.m. is the $250 No Limit Deep Stack. 3 p.m. is the $240 No Limit landmark for the 2000 and chips. 4 p.m. is the $400 No Limit Deep Stack Turbo. Also at 4 p.m. is the $240 Mystery Millions landmark. At 7 p.m. is the $580 No Limit landmark for 5K and chips. At 8 p.m. is the $200 No Limit Deep Stack Turbo. And at 10 p.m. is the $135 landmark for $1,000 in chips. So that's your WSOP schedule for today. Donna, are you ready for a South Point update? Go
I
ahead,
am.
dear. It's all yours.
Luckily enough that I'm on my phone because I can't get on my laptop.
No.
But it's fine because the internet went down, so like I'm having a little bit of a hissy fit right now.
Oh,
Dandy technology.
Bloody technology, exactly. Right. Today, Saturday, daily tournaments at South Point. We have got the 1005, 200 NH, and No Limit Hit Hold'em Mystery Bounty, 15,000 guarantee. At 205, we've got the 100 No Limit Hold'em Turbo, 3,000 guarantee. 605, 105, No Limit Deep Stack, 15,000 guarantee. And of course, my favourite of all tournaments is the 1005, 100 No Limit Hold'em Turbo, 3,000 guarantee.
thank you for that update. Go ahead.
Yeah, we've also got Kelly. She's taking a place in the Tournament of Champions. She chopped 4 ways last night. So congratulations to her. We had another 5-way chop. And Christopher was the one that took that one down for the Tournament of Championship free roll. We've also got Albert F., who ran through the field of 64. Oh, I can hear her.
Okay, let me go
And
close this
Andrew,
door. Go ahead, Donna.
and also Andrew, he was the chip leader in the 10 a.m. tournament for yesterday. And that's about it for now.
Brian, do you have the update for the win in the Venetian? Sorry, I was trying to get situated so we don't have a baby screaming in the background. Welcome to my world, people. It's actually JC's world. I'm just living in it. Um, I just want to remind, I haven't said the reminder in a couple of days about recommendations I'd like to give you for pictures you should take, which may save you in the long run. So, daily pictures, besides taking your picture with your favorite poker player you may run into, and don't be afraid to ask them, but make sure it's the appropriate time as well, you should take a picture of your entry ticket. And that would be including your day 2, day 3, day 4, day 9 tickets. So, if you lose that ticket, you have the pertinent information you need. The other picture you should take is of your chip stack before leaving your table. Because a lot of times the dealers are chipping you up during a break and there may be an error. Everybody's human, right? There could be an error. And the way to prove that an error has been made is to have a picture of your stack before you leave for the break. Also, take a picture of your table number before you leave for a break. Why? Because during breaks, sometimes they change the dealers. So when you look at the dealer, you're like, oh, that's my deal. I'm going to go to the restroom now. But when you come back, if that dealer's been changed to a new table, you're in trouble. So you can't rely on the dealer as your landmark to get back to your own table. So take a picture of your table number. And the fourth thing we recommend is a picture of your car in the parking deck of where it is. Like the take a picture of the garage floor number, the spot number, something that's going to let you know in 12 hours when you're exhausted and trying to get back to your car where exactly your car is located. So those are our tips about pictures that may help you along the way. You there,
You,
Brian?
yeah, you've drilled that into me so much, Sherry, that when I got off the monorail the other day, I was snapping pictures of it as it pulled away. So very, very thankful to you for that.
You're welcome.
That's,
Uh,
the sound should be better now,
it
I
sounds
think.
great. Sounds great. Do you have the Venetian and the Win updates?
Yes, I do. Um, and because I'm software, my my thing is working today. No, I'm just kidding. The Venetian 11-10 today, no limit hold'em ultimate bounty event number 19, $150,000 guarantee. Starting stack is 40,000 with 30-minute levels. Late reg open in that till 525. And the ultimate bounties are from $200 to $1,000 bounties. And then at 12 o'clock, I'm sorry, at 12:10 at the Venetian, they have a PLO event, $800 buy-in, and that is event number 20, $75,000 buy-in, $25,000 starting stack, 30-minute levels. That one, the late reg is going to be open till 540. Then at the Win, if you want me to keep going,
Please do.
is the $1,100 no limit hold'em starts at 12 o'clock, and that's a $250,000 guarantee, 25-minute levels, $25,000 starting stack, 30-minute levels. Late reg in that is open till 9 o'clock. They're also going to have the final table of, it doesn't say here, the no limit hold'em. They didn't put it in the schedule. That's going to be at 1 o'clock. I'll go back and look and find out which one that is. But at 6 o'clock, no limit hold'em, $1,100 buy-in, no limit hold'em, $100,000 guarantee, $25,000 starting stack, 20-minute levels. that one late reg also open until 9 p.m. So again, they're doing that kind of thing where the night event's a turbo, the day event's a regular event, same buy-in, lower guarantee on the night event, which is $100,000 guarantee versus the $250,000. So it pays to get up early, Sherry, and get in there on the $250,000 guarantee.
Right on.
I mean, right? Like, don't the crushers stay up too late and then they sleep in? So then you get there in the morning, you're going to get all the tourists and be in there on the $1,100 buy-in, $250,000 bigger guarantee. Worse players, I don't think you can go wrong showing up there at noon. So that's
some great recommendations there. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Brian.
No,
some great recs for sure.
Yeah, thanks.
On to the MGM Grand. Today they have an 11 o'clock $400 no limit grand stack, 30K starting stack, 40,000 guarantee. At 6 p.m. they have a $240 no limit double green chip bounty, a 20K starting stack, a 10K guarantee. Over at the Aria today, they have a $600 PLO event starting at 11 a.m. It's a $600 buy-in, a 30K starting stack, $100,000 guarantee. Over at the Golden Nugget at 11 o'clock, they have a mixed PLO 8, Omaha 8, big 8 or better, a big O 25K guarantee, $340 buy-in. At 1 o'clock, they have a deep stack over at the Golden Nugget. It's a no limit hold'em, 30K guarantee, $200 buy-in. At 1900 hours, they have a nightly no limit hold'em, 5K guarantee, $130 buy-in tournament over at the Nugget. At the Orleans, they have an 11 o'clock tournament, which is their no limit mega stack, 40K guarantee, $400 buy-in, 40,000 starting stack. At 1600 or 4 p.m., they have a triple draw mix, 10K guarantee, $240 buy-in, 20K starting stack. I said 10K guarantee, I think, but 10K guarantee on that one. At 6 p.m. at the Orleans, they have a no limit super stack, 20K guarantee, $200 buy-in, 20K start. I'm sorry, 20K. Let me start that over. At 6 p.m., they have a no limit super stack, 20K guarantee, $200 buy-in, and a 25K starting stack. Easy for me to say. Brian, let's get into yesterday's results at the WSOP, shall we?
Yeah, go ahead. I'll jump in there with you as we go.
Perfect.
I can do the 500 probably. I know who came in
He's so
second in that.
short-sighted. Oh, you're so funny. Event number 3, which was the freeze out. We had a winner. It was Daniel Willis from the UK. He won over 175,000. In second place was Michael Wang from the United States, who took home 117,000.
Gave my chips to Michael Willis.
You did?
No, he had
Daniel.
I just saw the final couple hands, Sherry, and he got. Oh, it was so crushing. He just, very unlucky. I think on the one hand, I can't remember how he lost the chip lead, but on the very next hand, he's got like 2 pair. He's got like, I think 6s and 7s, and the other guy had 5s and 6s, and then the board made a straight. And Daniel Wang was smart. He jams.
Okay, I'm going to stop you. It's Michael Wang, Daniel Willis.
I'm sorry. Wrong way. Michael Wang, right? Yep. Michael Wang jams in. He's way ahead. Michael Wang has two. I mean, he's sitting there. Both of them have 2 pair, and he's got a better 2 pair, Michael Wang. And then the board makes a straight to bail the other guy out. So just gross. Like,
that is gross.
Yeah. And so he even plays it right. I think he jammed the river and put the guy to a pretty tough decision. So but he calls off, and they chopped the pot. So,
Well, and congratulations to those winners.
yeah.
They had 3,485 entries, and Daniel Willis took home the bracelet.
Do you have any idea who finished 12th in that? Just randomly, Sherry. Just I was trying to look that up.
Let me think about this for a minute. Because this person is never ever going to let us forget who it was that finished 12th.
He's never finished before, right?
And he's an amazing co-host, and I'm happy to call him friend. And we will congratulate you one more time, Brian, on your 12th place finish at the WSOP freeze out event.
Well, I hear that guy's a really nice guy, and a lot of high hopes for the rest of the series for him.
Absolutely. And, Team Software is rooting you on.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's move on to event number 4, which was the $1,500 Omaha high-low 8 or better. Am I reading this right? Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, James Chen.
Thank you. James Chen of the United States won $209,000 for winning that event. Lewis Bryant in second place took home over $139K. Any thoughts on that tournament?
Yeah, our buddy John Cernuto finishing or Cernuto,
Right.
I'm right. 10th place in that event. So
Whoop, whoop.
another deep run. I would have loved to see him win that event. But a 10th place, and our buddy Jamie Kerstetter as well doing well in 9th, making the final table. $15,920 for that. So great to see her up there.
She did a great job.
Ben Yu in 15th place, and Eric Baldwin as well. Another I don't know. It feels so weird to call Eric Baldwin an old school crusher because he's still, and he still looks like he's 21. $8,000 cash for him. Ben Landowski back in 24th. So yeah, good event.
Well,
and
I'm glad you mentioned John Cernuto's name because I brought his name to the forefront last year in the spaces of wanting him inducted. You climbed on board right away. Donna did, Riz did, many people that were in the spaces with us jumped right on board with that once they learned more about him and the fact that he's such a crusher for decades. And I am so excited to see that campaign to get him into the Hall of Fame, getting noticed and being pushed by other people that have more followers than I do. Because, like John pointed out in our interview, that he felt that those that have a big social media presence are really getting the focus and the inductions. And so it's really nice that James Woods, even Alan Kessler are pushing, and even now Poker News is pushing that nominee or nomination, I should say, to the forefront. So hopefully together we're going to get it done, folks, and nothing would make me happier. And he actually he messaged me yesterday that he was thankful that we kind of got the ball rolling. So I'm so excited for him. Fingers crossed it's going to work out for him this year. He's definitely deserving. So let's move on to. Oh, go ahead.
And I sent that. I tagged Phil Helmuth and Daniel yesterday, and Phil at least liked it. I don't know if he listened to our show, so I said this is his case. Listen to him at least plead his case.
And I've been putting that anywhere it's mentioned. I've been putting that recording in so that folks can, many people don't know him, and it is what it is, right? And so anytime somebody is mentioning that he needs to be nominated, I just add that recording to their, in the comments of their tweets in hopes, and I tagged Linda Johnson. She's a voting member. I too have, tagged Phil. And so I think all of us, if you're in it, to help us win it for him, so to speak, get him inducted, please retweet it and tag people like Phil and Daniel, Linda, Poker News, Alan Kessler, James Woods, any of those folks that are helping us to promote it, because I think that this may be his year to be nominated and hopefully inducted. So
Yeah,
thank you.
it's a shame that he's not in yet.
Yep, and fingers crossed this will be the year. And we all know he's been battling cancer, and I just think the whole thing would be awesome if it happened this year. So I'm going to move on to event number 5 because I just gave myself the chills saying all that. The $1,000 mystery millions no limit hold'em already has 2,246 entries from the first couple of flights. There's 550 remaining from those flights. Flight C starts today at 10 a.m. Any comments on that?
Nope, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to move on to the Heads Up event, which was event number 6, 25K buy-in. It's a
Yeah.
no limit heads up. We're down to 4 out of 64 entries. That's going
Yeah.
to have a 12 p.m. restart. And I'm excited to see
Faraz.
Faraz Jaka?
Jaka. Yeah.
Jacka.
Jaka, thank you. And he's going to play Mammut today.
All right.
What the hell is Mammute's first name? Nikolai.
Nikolai, yep.
Yeah,
Mammoth.
Nikolai Mammute. I just had a brain freeze. Sorry.
Yep.
And Faraz are going to play heads up today in the semifinals, and then Arthur Mortensen and Darius Samuel are going to be the other semifinals match in that heads up bracket. So that's exciting.
And Weston Mizumoto, right? He's still in there, right?
No, I think it's down to 4. Those 4 I just
Okay,
named.
so he knocked out John Smith. Let me see here.
I pulled up the bracket this morning. There's only 4 on that bracket.
Yeah, no, I know you're right, but
Okay. I just want to make sure I'm looking at the right
I'm sorry.
thing.
Round 3 results: John Smith beat Weston Mizuto, going to round 4, and then I don't show round 4 for some reason. Let me see. Oh, here it is. Darius Darius beat John Smith, so Darius slayed the dragon. John Smith.
John Smith is such a freaking crusher.
It's
Like,
so funny to
when
watch
you
him.
see that name and you're like, oh, I get John Smith, you've got to be like, one hand you're like, yes, I get to play against the best, and the other hand you're like, shit, I get to play against the best.
Well, it's like I used to swim in college, right? And the sprinters. I wasn't a sprinter, but the sprinters were all the cool kids, right? They were like all the like super athletes, and then
Right.
there was the rest of us, and I kind of feel the same thing about the heads up. And so you see John Smith wander in there, and you got all these,
I hear you.
young guys and whatever in there. Then there's John Smith, and he just takes them all down. It's awesome.
With vengeance. Like, he is such a damn crusher, and I love it. It's
Like,
so
wouldn't it
fun
be
to.
funny to see a John Smith heads up master class? Like, that'd be pretty
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd watch it. I'd totally be like,
The
okay.
commentary alone would be worth it, right? The commentary alone,
Such a
just to
nice
be a
guy.
fly. I love it. All right, let's move on to event number 7, which is the $1,500 dealer's choice. There is a prize pool of a little over 700,000. There were 530 entries, 126 remain. First place is getting 138,000, a little bit more than that. Second place is a little over 90K, and third place is getting 60K. The min cash is 80th place for $3,017. Day 3 starts at 1 p.m. Some notables that still in would be two 6-time bracelet winners, John Hennigan and our Spaces favorite, Sean Deep. Any comments?
Yeah, and Jeff Madsen's still in there. Oh no, he busted 12th. So, but as we know, 12th place is really kind of like first place, Sherry. So, uh,
Oh, that's funny. I love it. I think how many are left in that tournament? I think I misspoke.
there's 10 left in that
Yeah,
tournament.
I forgot to, yeah, that was yesterday. Thank you.
Yeah.
It just clicked in my
Yeah,
brain.
and Isildur in there as well. So, haven't heard from him in a little bit. So cool to see Robert Wells as well in fourth. In Victor Blom is in fourth, and Robert is in third. So
Awesome. Great stuff happening at the WSOP. We're going to move on to event number 8, the 5K Pot Limit Omaha. Day 2 starts today at 12 p.m. The prize pool is 3.3 million. There were 733 entries. 130 remain. This was Phil Ivy's first WSOP event, so people were abuzz about that. Uh, our chip leader is Jared Lawrence. Yang Wang is, I'm sorry, Jared has 887,000 in chips. Yang Wang has 885,000. So they're really close. In second place, as far as chip stacks are concerned, first place is going to take home a little over 606,000. Second place, a little over 404,000. Third place is going to take a little over 283,000. The min cash is at 110th place for 10K. Any comments on that?
yeah, just a good event. We'll have to see. Like these I guess they're not really afternoon events anymore, right? They looks like it starts at 12.
It does start at 12. Yep.
So, and it's kind of neat. Oh, they do have 2 p.m. events that start, I guess, and the 2 p.m. events, I know for sure they don't have a dinner break, so that's kind of smart, because those probably go late enough. And
Right.
then I don't know about the 12 o'clock events, whether those do as well. But man, Sherry, like the thing is, I was trying to tell people the other day, the juggling that they have to do to be able to put together, table space, dealers, players, and on top of that, right, like dealers that can deal the certain game that they're going to play that day, and then restarts and final tables. Are we going to put this on TV or that? Is crazy. So that's one thing to make sure. Like I'm really conflicted because I want to play the Wednesday event, the 800 No Limit Hold'em Deep Stack. It's listed as a 2-day event, but
Right.
if it goes into Friday and it's my daughter's graduation, like the one this week did, then I have a problem. So I'm probably not going to play the deep stack on Wednesday. And then
All
that
right.
puts me into the weekend. And, oh no, I can't play this. See, that's the thing. Is there a Thursday? I might be able to play. Here's what I might do. And because I took it off the schedule pessimistically. And I, for some reason, okay, so there's a $1,500 shootout on Thursday, I think. Let me go back to the
Wait,
schedule
at the
here.
WSOP?
Yes, WSOP.
Okay, I'm looking at the schedule. On Thursday is the Gladiator, and event 21 is a 25K high roller.
Okay,
And
so
event number 22 is the $1,500 limit deuce to 7 low ball triple draw.
okay. Okay, wait a second. So the shootout has both of their flights on Friday.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Well,
Yes.
I don't know what time graduation is. Okay.
Oh God.
But
What
there is
decision?
a certain chance that Brian might, I'm not Elmo, that I might hop on a plane and make it there for the 7 p.m. flight B of the $1,500 shootout, because I love that event. And I was tentatively scratching it off the schedule. Mostly because of money, but then, obviously, actually, mostly because of my daughter's graduation.
I was going to say,
But
we better correct that. This is being recorded.
Yeah, this is being recorded. So, but here's the thing, Sherry. I was thinking that when I saw flight A, I was thinking that maybe I could get in there on Thursday or whatever,
Right.
other day. But it's the same day. So
Okay, what time is graduation?
I don't know. I need to ask.
Okay,
I
because
heard the
graduation where we
principal
live
was
is
telling my
always in
daughter
the
something
evening.
about 9 a.m.
Oh, okay. Then you could make it. Where
So
we live, it's always in the evening, 6, 7 o'clock at night. So when you said 7 o'clock entry, I was like, wait, what time is graduation? So yeah, if it's 9 a.m., you'll have plenty of time to watch her graduate, take her out for lunch, kiss her goodbye, and
yeah.
congratulations, and make your way to Vegas. But
Now,
I didn't
the
say
only
that. I'm
thing
not
that might
promoting that.
foil this plan is she's in a play. My wife and her are in the same play right now,
Okay.
and they've taken days off for, like, last night for the baccalaureate.
Right.
And so if they took that night off, planning to be like, we're gonna have a family celebration.
Without Brian.
Now, here's the thing, Sherry.
What a degen.
This might actually work, though, because if they did take the night off, so last night when we got done, my daughter says, I want to go to Bootleggers. No, I want to go to Buca de Beppo, right?
I love Buca.
Okay, it's okay. But here's the thing. We get there, and she goes, oh, my gosh, Dad, I was thinking of Bootleggers, which is one of our favorite Italian places in Las Vegas.
Okay.
So listen, here's the thing. I'm thinking that
You got it sorted there.
as a celebration, right? We
Oh
get
God,
out of the
we're all going to
graduation.
Vegas to the Italian
I
restaurant
fly her to Bootleggers to eat her favorite meal, right? That
by
she just
herself.
brought up.
By herself while you're in the poker tournament.
No. We got to get there before 7, like late lunch, and then we log into the 7 p.m. And what could be nicer than her dad winning a bracelet for her graduation?
Okay, do you really? Okay,
special.
I'm going to ask you something. You really want me to answer that question?
Well, answer it with your poker player hat on, not with your mom hat on.
I'm just going to tell you. I'm thinking what could be better is my dad flying me to Hawaii for a 4-day vacation as a graduation present. But Vegas
second to that.
Yeah, second to that could be my favorite Italian restaurant in Vegas. You are so bad. And I'm going to just say on behalf of the family, graduation, daughter, family's priority, because I'm not getting in trouble for this bullshit.
Yeah, that probably would be good. Yeah, that's exactly right.
All right, let's talk about event number 9, which is the $1,500 no limit tournament. Has 443 entries, 118 remain.
Limit hold'em.
Oh, limit. Thank you. Limit hold'em. $1,500 limit hold'em tournament. There's a prize pool of $591,405. Day 2 starts today at 1 p.m. I have no idea how to say the chip leader's first name, so I will say his last name is Amir, and he has 308,500 in chips. Howard Mann has a little over 290,000 in chips, and Christopher Bartley sits with 233,000. Julian Junker has 232,000, and Sheldon Gross has 225,000 in chips. So really close in numbers.
Whoa! You skipped somebody very important. JJ Lou
Oh,
back
I'm
there
getting
in.
to it.
Oh,
I'm
I'm
getting
sorry.
to
Did
it.
I ruin it? Okay,
You
I'm sorry.
ruined it. I'm
Uh,
not there yet. Okay,
oh
let's talk
man.
about the prizes. First
All right, all
place
right,
is going
all
to
right.
take home 21,000. Second, a little over 80K. Third, a little over 54,000. The min cash is at 67th place, and it's for $3,014. As Brian alluded to, my gal and another crusher deserving of Hall of Fame induction, my friend JJ Lou, is still in it to win it. She is in 15th place as far as chip stacks are concerned. Go ahead, comments.
Yeah, another guy I haven't seen in a while, and I always call him Kenny. Back there in 18th place. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. I've known him for years. I feel bad. Hsiung. Sung. Uh,
Song
I don't know. Anyway,
sounds
super
about right.
nice guy. And I don't think I had seen him in a couple years, so it was nice to see him. Might have been more me being not around than him, but yeah, he's super player
You know,
as well.
you know what's
And
funny is you pronouncing a name and me saying, "Yeah, that sounds about right."
yeah,
Me, the
we're
queen of pronunciations.
we're a great pair. When the World Series has us take over to do the broadcast there, um, we got to go. Hey, by the way, ASG, I see you going back and forth with Andy Block. I'm really careful with Andy because the guy is like Andy. I think he was like the head of the MIT blackjack team that they made the movie about. So when I asked him about the POI formula, or I'm talking about it, because I just don't think it's fair to the lower stakes high. I want Daniel to have to go through the entire, if you want to win the player of the year, you got to be able to beat the everyman too. You can't get in there and ship it in and say, well, this guy should have done this and he did it wrong, that's why I'm out. That's not enough. Like, you got to figure out how to exploit him
Right
too.
on.
So
Right on.
and I did notice in Daniel's vlog, he did say it's like these big field events are grueling. Yeah, they're friggin' grueling. They're
Yeah,
way
no
more.
shit, Sherlock.
Yeah, you got to go through all these people and you don't know what they're crazy. They're going to do all kinds of stupid stuff like that. And you've got to be able to still overcome. If you want to be player of the year, you got to come through us, not just
I
sit with all
love
your
that.
buddies and put in your 5 or whatever number caches that you do. Yes.
Love that.
So
Love that.
ASG is right. More players equals harder to go through, not because of price. The main is 10K, but it's not the same as a standard 10K.
Love that. Love that. Love that. I'm gonna go.
100% ASG. But I'm really hard. It's really hard talking to Andy because I'm so like I'm not gonna question something math related with the guy. The guy is like, I'm like, please don't make me look stupid.
Math is hard. Don't make us do it.
Yeah. Yeah, Andy Block, Mr. Professor. I think you're a
Right.
little wrong here. No,
Right.
that's not
Yeah,
it.
let's not go there. Brian, I brought up a list that I found on. I'm not even sure if it was. I'm going to say Twitter, but it could have been Facebook. And I sorry that I did not clip who had it posted so I can give them credit. It was just one of those things that I was like, oh, I need to save this for myself. And then when I was going through pictures to delete stuff, I came across it and I was like, oh, I should go over this on our show. So I'm going to go over a list of Las Vegas cheap food and drinks for 2024.
Yeah, I saw that.
And it's quite a list, but I think it's worth it because I do want people to know that there are some things that you can, put on your list of things to do that are cheap. Cheap food, cheap drinks. So, and if you gamble, you get free drinks, but y'all know what I mean. So, the first on the list is at the Stage Door Casino. It's $1 Budweiser. Then, second on the list is Taco Bell Cantina at the Miracle Miles shop. They have $1.79 potato soft taco. a $2 PBR and hot dog at the Downtown Grand Casino. A $2 hot dog at Circus Circus, lots of fun. $2.99 half-pound hot dog at is it Lanea Express in the Fremont Casino. $2.99 slice of after-hour pizza. $3 select drafts or featured shots lobby bar at the OYO Hotel and Casino. $3 Jello shots or 3 for $6 at the Carousel Bar at the Plaza. $3.25 tacos at Tequila Casa del Sarbo. I think that's how you say it. At 530 Las Vegas Boulevard North. And I'm going to put this in the chat in a minute. $3.49 foot-long hot dogs at Casino Royale. $3.90 hamburgers at In-N-Out Burger at The Link. $3.95 showcase pizza slice at Sliced Pizza at 2129 Industrial Road. $3.99 Pastor Taco at Tacos El Pastor. The Gold Key Shops at the Gold Key Shops. $4 Ellis Island beers, the front yard at Ellis Island Casino. $4.20 bacon and egg sandwich at Fat Burgers. $4.60 Coney Loose Burger, American Coney Island at the D. $5 breakfast at Altez Casino. No, I'm sorry, Aztec Casino. This print is real little for me. I'm sorry. So that was a $5 breakfast at Aztec Casino. $5 Jack and Coke at the Stage Door Casino. $5.69 bacon, egg, and cheddar Earl of Sandwiches at Planet Hollywood. $5.99 grilled cheeseburger, Steak and Shake, Fremont Hotel and Casino. $5.99 all lunch menu items at Ocean One Bar and Grill at Miracle Mile Shops in Planet Hollywood. $6.
Love that place.
Yep, $6.49 single steak burger at Steak and Shake at the Fremont Hotel and Casino. $6.50 cheese by the slice at Secret Pizza at the Cosmopolitan. $8 cheese pizza and beer special at Evel Pie, EVEL Pie. $9.99 top sirloin steak, 10 ounce, Ellis Island. Play $5 and get a $2 deal on the Passport Club membership. $12 for 3 cocktails at Ocean One Bar and Grill at the Miracle Mile Shops at Planet Hollywood. So I know that was lengthy, but I wanted to just give some good examples of cheap food and drinks, so that people know that you can find such things when you're in Vegas. Go ahead, Brian. Uh-oh, did we lose him? Did I put him to sleep?
No, I'm here. I just was clicking and clicking and clicking back and forth. But I will say, being back here in this new studio is much better than the last week. And when I finally got the sound right, you said, "Don't change anything," and I'm like,
Exactly.
I'm returning this Tesla that I'm sitting in tonight.
Like, no, you're not. You're driving it all the way home, and we're
I'm
gonna
gonna
space while you
steal
do
this
it.
guy's Tesla from Colorado,
Well,
drive it to Vegas.
that's exactly right. Let me tell you, I posted that list in the jumbotron for
That's so nice of you.
reference. So everybody that's listening or going to listen to the replay, do a screenshot of it so you'll have access to it. You won't be like, "Where's that list Sherry was reading?"
Yeah.
Just save a screenshot. And I recommend that for like the schedules too. As soon as I see a schedule come out, I screenshot it. So that when I'm like, okay, what's at the Wynn? Let me look that up for you. Okay, I just go to my photos and pull up the Wynn schedule. So highly recommend that kind of thing as far as pictures are concerned. Do you have, let's talk about, did you see, and I didn't watch HCL last night because my son came into town. I haven't seen him since I left home in February. And so we went out to the casino to have some fun last night. So I didn't watch HCL, but I hear there's a little buzz about a $2.5 million hand that Alan Keating won. You know anything about that?
The millions. I'm sorry, I didn't hear the last part you said.
He won a hand for 2.5 millions at the HCL game
Oh
last
my
night.
goodness, I didn't hear about that.
Well, and I
Wow.
watched Veronica's interview after the hand, and she said, I hate to bring this up, but that makes you even for the game, doesn't it?
Oh my gosh.
And, and he was like, yes.
Oh my gosh, Veronica.
I knew you'd get a kick out
Oh,
of that. I knew you would enjoy that.
oh man, that is a that is a next level needle. She's a pro.
I love her so much.
I do
I
too. She's
love her.
awesome.
She's awesome. And do we disagree on a lot of things? Yes. But you know what? We have lots of common ground, and that's what we focus on. And that's what everyone should focus on is the common ground we have. Brian, did you know that the WSOP collected nearly $33 million in the form of staff and tournament fees last year?
33 million?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it costs a fortune to run that thing. I was telling you the other day, I
Oh,
think
crazy.
I heard just for security is several $1,000,000.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
that doesn't include like the casino security. That's just the security. I mean, super, super.
100%. There's a lot of moving parts. So,
Yeah.
but when you see the number in black and white, you're like, holy
I mean,
smokes.
it's great. Like I don't begrudge them for making a profit. Now, listen, here's the thing about that though, Sherry, and I'm glad that you brought it up because it's something that I'm passionate about. It's going to sound weird to say that I'm passionate about this, but they've already collected their fees for the tournament. They have already collected the tip for the tournament. They have taken that out of every prize pool that you've played. If you feel like you've gotten great service or something like that, feel free to do whatever you want, but certainly don't feel obligated to leave a tip. Like honestly, it's not like it used to be. And here's the thing, Sherry, I know a lot of dealers probably would get mad at me for saying this, but here's the thing is it used to be when I first started playing that they didn't have these service fees, and it was a terrible thing for the dealers because sometimes they would get to the end, and here's the thing, like the main event, the person that wins, they were all dependent on them
Right.
for their pay. And then I think there was one year where a guy left like 10 grand or something like that, and maybe he was thinking that's a lot of money I'm going to leave, but like not when you're talking about all of the dealers that dealt. Like they got
Exactly.
like $1.50 each. So
Well, and I'm just going to say my point of view is yes, I'm glad that they're doing that ahead of time, so to speak,
yeah,
so that there is a money pool for those that are working so hard on our behalf. But I also say to you, not you personally, but you, the players, leave a tip when you're cashing out your winnings.
yeah.
Leave a tip,
I,
people.
I,
Come on.
I, I don't mean to tell you don't or don't do whatever you want. What I mean to say is don't feel obligated to leave a tip if you do, because they are taking money out of the prize
Sure.
pool,
Sure.
and that used to be a big problem. And I personally was happy when they essentially removed that problem by
Right.
taking the money out, and
Right.
they're gonna give the dealers that.
Right.
So
No,
certainly
I get it. I get
certainly
it.
up to you, and that kind of thing, but don't feel like it's a requirement. It's a nice thing to do, And many people, especially if you're somebody that have been in the service industry, like to leave something. That's it's certainly not a negative thing to do. But
I'm just going to say one thing.
yeah,
Leave a tip if you're cashing out. Okay.
all right.
Did you know, Brian, that Wadeen Ellis was the first woman to cash the WSOP main event in 1986 and again in 1993?
The first one, 1986, and then 1993. I did not know that.
I didn't either. Wadeen. Yeah, way to go, girl. She was the first
There you
woman to
go.
cash the main event in 1986. And Barbara Enright is the only woman to reach the final table of a main event, and that was in 1995. Don't you think it's about time we get another female to the final table?
I think so. I mean, it's been surprising. There was the one year recent, like within the last 10 years, I say recently, where we had two headed down the stretch and then didn't quite
Yeah,
get there. What did
they
they?
finished in the top 20, but didn't make
Yeah,
it to
it
that
was definitely
final
within the
table.
top 20. I think one of them finished like 12th or something like that.
Yes, you're right.
Which 12th again is kind of like first place, but but without the bracelet, Sherry.
Especially if it's the freeze out event of the 2024 WSOP.
Yeah.
Do you know who the oldest man was? I'm sorry, I don't know if he's still with us. I'm assuming he's not. God rest his soul. Who was the oldest man to play the WSOP main event?
Yuri something, Jack Yuri or
Yes. Do you happen to know or take a guess at what age he was?
98.
Pretty close, 97. Brian's on top of his game as far as
Yeah,
trivia
and
comes with poker.
yeah, 90, you said 97.
Yes.
And I think he passed away. He actually okay, this is how they wrote it weird. Jack Yuri has passed away at age 97. He was the oldest participant. So I keep reading it that he was 97 when he passed away, but I
I
don't
think,
see here.
well, and yeah, go ahead, finish.
It looks like he passed away in 2011. So,
Thank you.
so there you go.
Appreciate that update on that. Did you know that in 1970, there were fewer than 50 poker tables in the entire city of Las Vegas?
How many?
Less than 50.
Wow. In what year again? Say that.
1970.
Okay. Yeah. I'd believe that. I mean, yeah. I
It's hard
mean,
to, when you think about that, you're like, damn, less than 50 tables. Now, you have some poker rooms that not even during a series, just on a regular day a basis, daily basis, their poker room has 30 or 40 tables in Vegas, right? I don't know how many South Point has. Maybe they have 25 tables, 30 tables. So when you really, for me, when I think about all the poker rooms I've ever played in Vegas, and of course some are no longer around, it's hard for me to imagine that there were fewer than 50, but I get it.
yeah. Not obviously not as many. Not as many casinos at that time in Vegas. So
True, true.
you had
Absolutely true. What?
MGM Grand, which was really Bally's at the time, Imperial Palace, Barbary Coast, the El Dorado, but that was in. I mean, if we're just talking Vegas, that was in Reno.
How about Stardust?
I don't see Stardust here, but I would imagine, yeah.
Or the
Stardust.
Flamingo? How about Flamingo?
Well, Flamingo, yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously that was
The
first. So
first one, first casino. And Binion's Horseshoe.
Yeah, so Stardust definitely,
Golden Nugget.
right? Stardust as well, and Golden Nugget, yeah. So yeah, there. I mean, there was a decent, and all of that whole downtown was there for
Yeah,
sure.
so does that mean they
I
only had like
probably the
two tables?
Frontier
So
too.
does that mean they only had like 2 or 3 tables in each room? 4 tables, maybe 5, 6?
Yeah, I mean,
I mean,
obviously it was much smaller.
you just for me, I'm just stopped to just gave me pause. Like stop and think about this for a minute. Like there were poker rooms, but like how many tables were actually in those rooms? It's very interesting.
But
And if you think about the Golden Nuggets poker room, it's so little. What's how many tables are in there? 6 or 8?
yeah, and you know what else was there is Sahara too, for sure. I
Yeah.
mean, I know that because we would spend 2 weeks of every summer, ending with the Jerry Lewis Labor Day telethon. We'd stay at the Sahara. See, Sherry, like my background is kind of a little gambly, you know?
You
So,
think? Mister,
yeah,
I'm going to take my daughter to Vegas on her graduation day for an
yeah.
Italian dinner just so I can sneak in the back door of the shootout event. You
Well,
think?
my dad, he was a blackjack player, but he wasn't he wasn't like the Andy Block kind of blackjack
Right,
player. He
right.
he was like the degen. No, well, yeah, probably a little bit degen, yeah, for sure. And then they would do blackjack tournaments. My dad did, and finally he talked my mom into doing one. And my mom actually tore it up. She was like, she has these articles still of her in these like blackjack magazines. She got to the end of this big tournament, and I guess they go in rounds, and by the end of the round, she was like way ahead. And so it's really strategic on what bet you make at the end, right? Because you don't want to like bet all your chips and then lose, but you want to be able to bet enough that you can keep the other person out. So she
Right.
made this bet, and she forgot about time and a half, and the guy got dealt a blackjack and knocked her out in second place. So
Oh, bummer, but what a
yeah,
great run.
but that's my history, Sherry. That's how I ended up playing poker. I was bored, and I said I need something, and I think it's in the blood or something.
Well, and guess what? You're doing a great job in life. You have a great family. You have some great priorities. So,
It is important that you say that, Sherry, and I want to remind people like you hear about everybody's wins, but you don't hear about their losses. And most almost anybody that I know that's been playing for a long time is doing one of two things. Either they have a real job. Well, I guess there's a couple different options. They either have a real job as far as tournaments go, right? They either have a real job.
right.
That job may be cash games, I guess is the better way to put it. Um, but very like the only person that I can say that I know is making money, profitable, long term is Ari Engel. Like the guy hasn't, but I mean, like he doesn't even have a place to live. He just lives in casinos all year, you know?
Well, and I love the fact that you brought up his name because as soon as you did, the one thing that popped into my mind that he talked to us about when we interviewed him was that he says or tells folks that he think part of his success comes from the fact that he stays within his wheelhouse. He stays within those tournament limits that
Yeah,
he's successful at. And I
yeah,
think a lot of people will get a taste of like maybe make a big bink and then all of a sudden they think that they need to go higher in stakes. Well,
yeah,
why not stay where you're successful for a
right.
while and dip your toe into other stakes? And I think that's such a great point to bring up right now.
Yeah, and as somebody who's played against him, I've had him on my left, and he is a different level. He is truly a different level. Um, people in most of the fields that I play, so obviously he could go play, he's just as good as probably anybody, but you've got a point. Why what are you there for? And by the way, that's okay too. If you're a, if you're a multimillionaire and you want to go play the high stakes and prove yourself against the best of the best, and it's for the experience, then great. But like, if you're struggling to pay rent, don't sit there and hear the stories about, deep runs and things like this. And I'm missing out on the summer. Listen, just to be very blunt and transparent with everybody, last year I played one event. I played the tag team with Dutch. And the reason I played the tag team with Dutch is because I did not have the money to play last year. So, this year heading in, I felt like I had a little bit more money. The first event really obviously helps to, extend that out. I'm not there to earn my income, but obviously I'm there to win money. But I'm going to pay rent next month. I'm going to be okay if I, don't cash in the 500, but don't be sitting there feeling like, yeah, it sucks. It sucks. You want to go there and be able to fire every day. And it sucks to hear everybody. You feel like, man, like I want to go and do it. But that's a gambling problem. If you're,
well, and I was going to say, we've got to be reminding folks that, if you're having an issue with gambling, get help. Gamble responsibly, because your life, your livelihood, your future depends on you making good choices for you.
I don't want to downplay the feeling. Don't get me at all wrong. Last year, I very much wanted to be there. Every year that I missed the main event, I'm like, that sucks. But that being able to put that feeling away and have a good day and certainly not, go do something stupid and be sitting there to try to take that feeling away, like, that's where you cross the line, especially if you're coming in, let me borrow some money to play or something like that. And my daughter, last night we were talking, I said, yeah, I'm thinking about selling for the main. She's like, well, isn't that a gambling problem? I go, no, that is different. That is different. That is, hey, I'm wanting to play this event. I do have the money to probably play it if I really wanted to, but there's no reason to, to do that. If, for me, it's about more playing the event. The experience is more than the money, so
right.
It's worth even if I believe that I'm, let's say I believe I'm a 1.1, 1.2, whatever, whatever I am, and I'm going to sell it, no markup, which, by the way, I think that if you're selling, you should be giving some kind of deal. You shouldn't. Well, you certainly don't want Sean Deep,
the
calling
markup
you
police.
out.
You don't want the markup police, Sean Deeb, on your ass, because he's relentless. So when you're making those markup decisions, make sure you're thinking thoroughly about it.
I don't. You see some people too, like they sell it like below 1.0, and that's not a terrible thing.
Not JJ Lou, Robbie Lou, sold, I think, if my
Right?
memory
I thought
serves
that
me
was
correct.
really smart of her, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't, whatever, I don't really know her reasoning for it, but it's smart. Hey, I'm not the top player here. Like, maybe I am not profitable in this event, but I want to go play it, and so take a flyer.
Right.
That
Okay.
is something that you can do too if you are, you have a little bit of money, you don't have enough to get there, and you want to be involved. I've had plenty of years where The one year I didn't play at all. Like I think a few years back, I maybe even didn't get to Vegas, and I bought 2% of Chase Bianchi, and he made the final table of the main, and I had one of my best years ever, and I never went
I
to
love it.
Vegas.
I love it. I love it. Listen, I want to circle back to Donna. You have anything you'd like to add or talk about, Donna?
Yeah, I've just come across this by Nadia Magnus. Huge congratulations to our WSOP main event seat winners. Jennifer Castle of Australia with 1,296.89 points. Cassandra Young of England, 1,242.75 points.
Nadia is so gracious. She's giving away 2 main event seats. And for the last 4 months, she's been holding a competition. And the ladies had to play poker and earn points for their finishes in tournaments. And the winners that Donna just outlined both got a main event seat through Nadia. So awesome.
Yeah, I think that's wonderful. She says they've got 5 days to send her a message to claim it. But yeah, that is absolutely wonderful. More women being put into the main event is what we need.
Absolutely. We
And
can't get a woman to the final table if we're not in the
if
tournament.
we do it exactly. So thank you for that, Nadia. Much appreciated. And good luck to Jennifer Cassell and Cassandra Young of England.
Love it. Love it. Good luck to those ladies. And thank you for bringing that up for us this morning. I appreciate that. Now, do you have anything else you'd like to cover, Donna?
No, that's it. Thank
Uh,
you. I can't really get on my laptop because my internet's still down. So, like, I'm really annoyed at the moment.
it happens to the best of us, Brian. So don't
Yep.
worry about it.
Thank God I've got unlimited data. That's all I can say.
Hey, it is what it is. This is a evolving space, and anything goes, and we'll just keep on moving on, as they say.
Could you read
Uh,
that contract to us again, Donna?
yeah, read it to me too.
I could.
But speaking of reading,
Did
uh,
he really pick that page, Donna?
He did. He picked 169. But the thing was, he said earlier that he likes to be dominated.
like it was
Well,
perfect.
it was just so fucking perfect. And I'm thinking, shit, I can't read
Some
this
things
one. So I went to
you
269 and I thought, well, that's a little bit easier to
you
read.
know, Donna,
Not
some things that we don't need to know about our tournament and poker room directors.
What did you?
But I thought it was so funny because, like, it says dominant there, and I'm thinking, oh shit, he's chose this, and it's perfect for what he's just said. So I spent the last half an hour laughing my head off in the middle of being sick
Uh,
because I was sick. I had some dodgy pizza last night, so I was sick. So, like, I'm just praying. I sent a message to Shane saying, "Oh, I was just praying that you weren't going to call me yet because I was just kept on being sick."
Sometimes more pizza is not better, Donna, contrary to what some have
Exactly.
been shoving in the spaces. But, Brian, just for those of you that may not have listened to our space yesterday afternoon, we interviewed Sean McCormack from MGM Properties, and of course, the space is regular. And we decided to have a little fun. Of course, you know me, I always have these harebrained ideas, and have some fun with Sean's ho ho ho's. And I purposely didn't tell Brian because I wanted his authentic reaction to the situation while it was unfolding. And I thought it was a lot of fun. And if you want to listen to the replay, it's pinned at the top of my Twitter account. Any comments about that, Brian?
oh, it was a good time. was pretty funny. I always like Sean. He's great. I see here the James Chen here caught another one of our GTO wizards, this time in the 1K Mystery Millions Flight A, and the floor issued a penalty to him. I think they should drag him out into the parking lot. Actually, Vegas was a lot better when the mob ran things, because there was definitely penalties for things like this. Honestly, it's cheating, and it seems like James. He said on level 13, I noticed a player on my left input his stack into a calculator app and divide by the big blind. He then opened GTO Wizard and was about to log in when I snapped the photo and confronted him. I asked him why he has GTO Wizard open at the table. He says he was just logging in and hasn't done anything yet. I say that's only because you got caught. He then says he was only going to check his subscription. I don't believe at all that he calculated his stack in the big blind and opened GTO Wizard just to check his subscription, and the table agrees. And I tell him so. I also tell him he's not allowed to have GTO W open in the tournament area anyway. He says he was checking his supply. He repeats himself. He tells the table he plays poker professionally, so he always knows his exact stack and always knows the exact ranges of each spot. He claims there is no reason for him to look up ranges. Later, James jams into him small blind versus big blind, covering his 14 big blind stack, and we had to watch him scrunch his face for nearly a minute, trying to figure out if he should call. This all developed over a heated argument, and the floor was called. In the end, he was given a warning that he would be penalized on future offenses. However, stuff like this isn't easy to spot, especially with privacy. The guy had a privacy screen protector on his phone. And in the next tournament, the floor person wouldn't know that he received a prior warning. It's too easy to get away with. Poker needs a database that tracks players' warnings and penalties. I think that your warnings are tracked at the World Series. I know that at least there's something where your penalties are, but I think it's all tracked if you do get a warning. I think they put it in there. So anyway, but certainly not across different properties. And honestly, these people, they just need to make an example out of a couple people. A guy like this,
it'll stop it right away.
Yeah, I'm sorry, sir. It's in the rules. I mean, people have been permabanned. Our friend Mr. Rocks, a very nice guy, doing nothing. He was permabanned from Caesars simply for talking to his fans, and
oh, you're so funny. But you make a valid point. Like, this is cheating. Why isn't the hammer coming down? And you're right in saying that it would deter others in the future, for sure.
I mean, I say that with Eden in a little bit of jest, obviously, but comparing these two things, and this guy's going to walk in for a tournament the next day.
I agree.
No.
I totally
He's
agree.
putting the entire integrity of the game in jeopardy, and he should be tossed out on his ass and never walked into the property again. Never allowed there. And if our friend Mr. McCormack could get the photo here and see it, he should be banned from all of MGM too, as far as I'm concerned. And then
I'm going to tell you, Brian,
you'd get a message.
I know you were in and out of spaces, but we did talk about this yesterday.
Yeah.
And, Sean brought up that this is going to be discussed at the tournament directors meeting at the end of June. And I'm really excited that I'm going to be at that meeting, because I cannot wait to hear not only the things that, have been happening, like they're going to bring up in this instance, this person did this. In this instance, this person did this. And, what's the penalty going to be? What's the punishment going to be? And I'm sure there's going to be a long list come out of that meeting.
I think they should they should pull up your Hendon Mob. If you have more than $10 in caches on your Hendon Mob, you should be banned forever. Maybe if you've never been to a poker tournament and you didn't know, not sure how you figured out which app to get or even what the simulator looks like.
But here's the thing, Brian. What is the punishment? What was the punishment for the young lady at the ladies' event last year who was caught with counterfeit chips cheating? She had counterfeit chips that she filtered into her stack, and she was caught at the table with them.
Wow, I don't
What
know.
was her penalty? And
I
let me
didn't
tell
hear.
you something. She got around on the rail, and
Around?
she was allowed to go back to the table to
What?
play. Yeah. And I have talked about this story several times in spaces. And the reason why I bring it up is because it went so hush hush and we never heard the outcome of that story. So who is she connected to? What is going on there? What happened to her?
Right.
Because you know as well as I do that any kind of big controversy that happens at the WSOP, within hours, minutes, seconds, the names are being released and they're being crucified on social media. This young lady put counterfeit chips into a tournament and it's been hush hush ever since.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, while it was happening, I was working at
I'm
the
going to ask about that.
I was working at the WPA booth at the time, and somebody at her table sent me a photo of her and said, "This girl just got caught cheating and putting chips on the table, counterfeit chips on the table." I was
Yeah,
there at real time when it was happening. And then I kept bringing it up. People in here probably remember me bringing it up and saying, "What happened to her? What's the consequences? What's her name? Why hasn't she been called out like other people, like
that
the
is
frog,
crazy.
like the frog poison drinking people of the world? Why hasn't she been called out? What's her name? Where's she at? Was she banned? No, she got a real penalty and went back
That
to the
is
table.
crazy.
What the hell are we doing here? Now, the only explanation I've come up with in the last year for that is that maybe she was a plant by the WSOP.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
That's
security plant, and they were trying to see, they were testing the waters of something, and it was a inside job for research or security reasons.
that
That's
would
the
yeah.
only reason I could come up with. Other than that, it's been bullshit.
Yeah, no kidding. That's crazy.
Well, and I alluded to this before. I think ASG has talked about it with me. Um, she had a hat on of a very popular poker site, and you have to wonder who's involved with that poker site and their involvement with the WSOP these days. And was it a hush hush? I don't know. I honestly don't know what's going on though. Why isn't she
Yeah.
exposed?
That is crazy, Sherry.
You don't remember me bringing that up?
That is really crazy.
Let me see if I can think of the lady's name that sent me that photo. Maybe I could look it up and see what she wrote to me in real time. God, I don't know how long my phone stores, but let's see. That would have been in the last week of June last year. Let me see if I could find the text with the picture. So let's see. That would have been around June 28th. Just bear with me. Go ahead, Brian, if you'd like to touch on something.
Well, I was just going to say, Sherry, that I don't even open up any of these sims while we're on the spaces here because, I don't want to have a problem.
Yeah, I don't either. Why take the chance?
It's a
But
joke, Sherry.
yeah, why take the? I'm sorry, I'm looking for something. Sorry,
It went right over her head,
I
Donna.
did completely
Yeah.
because I'm trying to find this text message.
But what I don't get is not some players. Well, there's going to be quite a few players that don't use GTO. and don't use GTO strategy. I mean, I'm one of them. And there's a lot of good players that don't use GTO strategy.
Right.
So why bring it to the table? If you're a professional or professing to be a professional poker player, why don't you have them memorized in your head? I know quite a few poker players over the years that have got them memorized so good that they can like take a few minutes and actually see the charts in their head. If you're going to do that, you're not a professional. It's so annoying to me because not everybody's going to be playing GTO strategy.
Well, and that's the funny thing. It's funny that we say that just as Andy Block replies to this conversation that ASG and I are having with him about Player of the Year. He says it's not significantly harder or easier to beat 8,500 out of 10,000 versus 850 out of 1,000 or even 85 out of 100. Everything else being the same. The bubble dynamics are a little bit different. That's all. That's not all, because I mean, everything else being the same, everything else isn't the same. Like the players aren't the same. That's two completely different players. Daniel Negreanu learned that by, shipping in, and the guy makes a mistake, according to Daniel, right? Like, I mean, it is a mistake. I'm not doubting that, but like, if you're going to be Player of the Year, you have to be able to play and beat that guy too, who's going to call off, not the, whatever I keep saying, Peter D'Angelo or whatever, these high stakes guys that, robots, when you go and don't play against the GTO robot, can you beat them too?
Well, and let's face it, Brian, they're playing at this particular level with people that are like minded.
Right.
We don't have that luxury. And that's Brian's point. We don't have that luxury. So why should they? They should be able to get through all the fields like they're expecting us to do.
Right. And Player of the Year shouldn't be exclusive to high limit small group of people that can, that can afford to be there in the high limits. I mean, obviously there's a reality to that, even being there at the low limits. I mean, Sherry, I made my first cut at the list, nothing over $1,500, and my buy-ins were like 20 some thousand, maybe even 30, like just 1,500 and below that
Right.
I would lay out. So, even that's low buy-in. So, I got to bring millions to try to compete for Player of the Year, because, otherwise these guys hide out on these ridiculously small fields, and here, I mean, here's where his things fall apart, right? Like, he keeps on, he says 8,500 out of 10,000, 850 out of 1,000, 85 out of 100. What about, eight and a half out of 10, or even 9 out of 10, right? Like, at some point that ratio matters. The field size matters. You're going to start out at the final table and get, and claim some type of, superiority because the players are better. No, that's not okay. Like, honestly, like, we're going to have a $25 million buy-in event and two of us are going to show up, and that's going to be the most points of the year, because whoever wins, because, um, that's going to be my response.
I hear you, and I think you speak for many with your comments. I really do. And, I think they're tweaking it as we go along. Every year they tweak this, they tweak that. And all we can hope for is that those tweaks make it better. Fingers crossed.
Yep. Yeah. So
Well, Brian, if you're ready to wind this down, I am. And
sounds
I'm
great.
I'm just going to say, Donna, do you have anything else you'd like to bring up or add, or last closing statements?
No, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Just everybody who's on the grind, whether it be WSOP, online or live, I wish you the best of luck and hope to see your results on X or wherever, so we can say congratulations and good luck or great run, whatever.
Yeah. Thanks Todd and Barry and Merv, ASG, Keith. You guys hung in there for the long haul today. Obviously Donna and Sherry. And that's my romper room exit for the day.
I love it. Thank you, Brian and Donna, and our audience. We are always happy you're here with us for sure. We've been in these spaces together many days and many nights. And I appreciate all of you, and those of you that are going to listen during the replay, we appreciate you as well. If you're on the felt today, knock 'em dead, folks. Good luck and have a great day, everybody.
Oh, wow. And even Matt Berkey shows up for the last minute. All right. Thanks. Talk to you later, Matt Berkey, henchman. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.